95.7 The Hog, Daytona's rock station. How you doing? It's Riggs. This is the Morning Hog Show. It's Morning Hog Happy Hour. And I was like, it'd be perfect if we brought in Josh from SR Perrott right there for a Morning Hog Brew review.
What's up, buddy?
It's good to see you again, buddy. Yeah. And then you were like, hold up, Riggs, hold up. What if I brought a special friend too, right?
What if I did?
Who'd you bring?
I brought Gary from the Ormond Beach.
Oh, I know that dude. Hey, Gary. Gary, we had to get you some applause as well. Welcome back. I know when I see you, it's one of two things: a legal proceeding, or time for the Ormond Beach Beer Festival again, right?
This will be our 6th annual.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
Yeah.
Hard to believe we've been doing this 6 years.
I was there when that thing was just a baby.
That's right.
You were at the very first one.
I love it. I love this. And we're back at the casements.
We are. Yep.
Which is good. But it's not this weekend.
No.
I'm wearing my NFL draft stuff for this weekend.
Yeah, we're giving you a little bit of advance notice this time.
Yeah, it's probably good because you're going to get all caught up with draft and football stuff this weekend. Don't worry about it. What weekend are we talking about?
May 17th.
Okay.
Saturday, May 17th.
Yeah.
I saw you can get tickets at bestofdaytona.com. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
Right.
That is great to
you
know.
You totally can. Gary knew it because he brokered some kind of deal. But it's an easy way to get your tickets in advance.
Right.
Plan the weekend. It is Rockville weekend, so there'll be people all over different places, but this is a good opportunity. Maybe take a little break, go over and fuel up, right?
Right. So if you're not going to Rockville, or even if you are, the timing I think is kind of great if you're going to Rockville. It's 1 to 4 o'clock. So
Perfect.
if some of those early shows aren't your speed, head over to Ormond. Traffic's going to be a little bit better than Daytona Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're not going to Rockville, here's your kind of reprieve from that as well, is just to kind of get out of the craziness. And
Perfect.
huge opportunity to try some great beverages as well.
Now, I know a little bit of your tells. I'm going to guess that some of these flavors right here are going to be available at Gary's gig.
Sir.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yep. I don't think we're going to try all these today. This is a lot. But I want to kind of show the variety of what we're going to have at the beer festival, right?
I don't know why you're backing down.
It's not just a craft beer festival. It's more of a beverage festival, if you will.
Right.
We're going to have over 100 different drinks to try. 35 to 40 different breweries, stuff like that.
Awesome.
Seltzers, craft beers, regular beers, non-alcoholic beers.
Okay.
So whatever your speed is, there's something for everybody.
All right. Well, what should we try? What should we get into?
It's probably going to be a little warm,
All right.
I'd imagine. So let's start with something a little bit more refreshing. So we're going to start off with Truly,
All right.
their pool party pack.
Oh.
So this is one of those variety packs that they come out with about once every 3 months. So previously, I believe we had the getaway pack. Now we have the pool party pack.
Yep.
We're going to have 2 flavors here today that kind of match up a little bit, and you'll kind of see the theme that I was going for a little bit.
I love pools anyway. Pools make me happy.
You just like bodies of water.
And then pool parties, that's where you're like, I do like bodies of water. Yeah. I'm a little sketchy on dark lakes. A little weird
dark
on that.
lakes,
but everything else I'm fine with.
My thing is if I can't see my feet, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
That's probably a good policy, too. All right, what did you pour us? What do we got?
First flavor in here is going to be their peach, which is peach plunge.
Oh,
See
okay.
what they're doing there? Pool plunge.
I love it. Jumping
Clever.
in, cannonball.
Again, truly, these are going to be those hint of flavors.
It is.
Going kind of back to the OG style. We know that they have those full flavors and then the hint of flavors. So a little bit more refreshing. The sugar punch isn't quite there because I think there's only 2 grams of sugar, 100 calories, nice, refreshing, something easy to drink on Saturday during the beer festival.
Sure.
The aroma is amazing.
Yeah, it smells awesome.
Right?
Yeah. It's
like you
where all
just
the flavor comes
stepped
from.
into a peach factory. I like it.
But it's so interesting to me that they can have such a, I'm going to use their word, punch of flavor.
Yeah.
Or a plunge, I guess.
But it is a
those
punch.
confused.
Like a pool.
It's a
But then
punch.
it goes away. It kind
Right.
of dissipates. It's not something that's heavy, sticks around. So well done. We've talked about it before. Truly doesn't have to make more flavors, but
Way
they
to go,
continue
Truly.
to do it.
Way to do it.
Impressive every time.
And the pool party pack, probably a variety of flavors. It's probably not all peach.
that is correct.
Right, good. Just making
So
sure.
we'll go through these flavors, I think. So we have some classic flavors that we'll go through later. So I think we'll kind of go through these. This one is strawberry kiwi splash.
Ooh.
So again,
Okay.
splash pool.
Yeah.
By the way, kids
marketing
don't
department.
splash around the pool. It's not. No one likes that.
Yeah, don't splash me.
I was recently at a pool, and there were some kids throwing football, and not one of them could catch the ball as it was being thrown to them. So it just kept splashing me, and I couldn't tell if I wanted to teach them how to catch or tell them to stop splashing me. So I did neither, and I just drank.
You just kept drinking.
Yeah, I just kept drinking.
That's probably the fair option.
It's a good choice. This has a good nose too. Ooh, okay.
So yeah, strawberry kiwi. Again, nice, easy drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is weird, again, there's some science happening in here because you kind of get both separate. Kind of get both of those flavors.
So since we're talking about kind of fruits involved in here.
Right.
I'm assuming we'll have some food trucks out there. I think we're still figuring out the lineup a little bit, but there should be some great food options as well.
Oh yeah,
to kind
we
of
got
match
some great
with
barbecue.
Yeah, there we go.
We got hot dogs, which is always a good staple, and
So
then
the
several
theme for the year is hot
others
dogs.
That'll surprise.
Yeah, I found that
We've
right.
talked about hot dogs more
The
this
streak
year
is
than we ever have.
alive. The
Okay.
streak is alive.
Yeah, so anyone
Yes.
that's listened from the beginning of the year,
Yes.
the amount of times we've mentioned hot dogs is probably a little absurd.
Right.
But hot dogs
We're going for
are
every
good,
episode. We're going every episode. We're going to stick to it.
So I was helpful.
Thanksgiving's going to
absolutely.
be
We
weird,
appreciate
probably. I think the Thanksgiving show would be a challenge. But that's great. Obviously, you're going to need a little food. You're going to be out there for a few hours. You need to fuel up. You need to hydrate properly.
So how many hours we got this thing running this year?
It goes from 1 to 4.
Okay.
We'll be there early if you want to show up a little bit early and get through the line. But you get to try all those different beers during that time. And last year we had an amazing turnout. We think we're gonna have an amazing turnout this year. So if you're not doing anything that Saturday, or like I said, if you've got a late night out at Rockville, come by, see us.
Perfect pregame spot, I'd say.
It's an
have
amazing
a great
pregame.
time.
Right?
We'll
Do it
have,
safely,
we'll have
though.
good music. We always have good music
Yep.
and good food vendors. And you just really need to, if you've never been to a beer fest, you should try one at least once.
The
They're
Ormond
awesome.
Rotary Club, I'm sure there was a moment where you were like, we should do something different. And they're like, no, why? We have beer. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Right? Like, I'm sure somebody's like,
I'm sure
I
there's
got
no
a better
complaints from Gary's guys over there.
Back in the beginning, we would do the beer fest in the morning and then have a music fest afterwards.
Right.
And it evolved into just the beer fest with music. So
It's better.
So yeah, it's great. It really is.
3 birds with
And
one stone.
The casements. It's just such
Right.
a nice
Yeah, it's a
place.
beautiful spot.
And we have bounce houses for the kids.
Oh,
okay.
This is a family event. I mean, and
this.
100% of the proceeds goes to all the different things that we do to help out.
All the charitable stuff
around
the Rotary
charitable
Club's
stuff.
doing.
Yeah, I think that's a
Through
pretty
the Ormond Rotary Club.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty important thing to say. It's not a beer festival for anyone to make profit. It's for the organization. So come out and support.
Everybody
local.
involved does it for free.
Right.
You're drinking and partying to help your own community.
Yeah.
Seems like a no-brainer.
That's the
plan.
largest win.
So we just had Blood Orange Bliss.
Okay, that was really good.
Yeah, that one was delicious.
A little kick.
But I'm so excited for the next one that I'm just going to move right on.
All right, what is
Really?
what is it?
Yep.
I know blood orange is pretty
It
good.
is really good.
So this one is kind of nostalgic. We got the Red, Right, and True.
Oh.
So like a bomb pop.
Oh,
So you're going to get that,
of course.
the, what is it? Usually cherry, lemon, and blueberry.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right.
I'm trying to think if anybody else is doing a seltzer in that flavor, and I can't think off the
think
top of my
so.
head anyway.
I mean, it's not July
thank
yet,
you.
but I feel like you would hang on to these through July 4th and just get more.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you tell he likes this one? A little
Yeah.
heavier.
Pretty right, there's a little bit.
What are you talking about?
That's right.
It smells like
he's on to
melted
you.
bomb pop.
It does. It does smell like a stick after you get done crushing a bomb pop.
See, I don't know how they do stuff like this. I know brewing cycles and processes and stuff like that, and then distilling and whatnot. But anytime you can layer flavors, something like this, where you're actually getting almost 3 different distinct flavors across your palate, is extremely impressive.
It is.
I don't know how to do
It's
it.
weird
one's
science.
good.
It's
Yeah.
very weird science. It's and this would not only quench your thirst, but then make you want more of it.
Right.
You could just go back and get more. That's
Absolutely.
because you get the $40, right? You buy them in advance. You're drinking for 3 hours. You got plenty of time to circulate.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's $40 if you buy in advance. So you
Right.
have plenty of time, right?
Beautiful.
May 17th again.
Easy.
At the door, 45.
45 at the door.
All right. So there we go.
Okay. All right. You got a full day built.
So because we just did that, the Rocket Pop flavor, the
Right.
Red, White, and True, I'm going to talk about another product. We're not going to try them all because we've kind of had some of the gamut there. Twisted Tea. We know Twisted Tea is a great 24-ounce usually in your grocery or your convenience stores, and now you can get them in 12 packs, 12-pack varieties.
Right.
Some of the complaints you've heard out there before is Twisted Tea, people don't want all the sugar.
Right.
Some do, some don't. Well, Twisted Tea heard everybody and said, let's make a light version.
Really?
So
Okay.
they come out with a 110-calorie version of Twisted Tea, which is fantastic.
Right.
This particular variety pack is all Twisted Tea Light, so it's all going to be in that same range. But we're going from Rocket Pop, or
Okay.
Red, White, and True, right, to Twisted Tea Light Rocket Pop.
Look at that. You like no-looked that thing, too. How'd you pull that off? Whoa.
I'm a professional.
That really means Josh is pulling off illusions like David Blaine in here now. All right, so Twisted Tea
Here, give me
Light.
a pencil. I'll stick it through my eye.
That'll be at the end of the episode
Yeah.
in case it goes wrong.
You have any bees around?
No. Don't keep that door shut, please. All right. All this is
So again, 110 calories, Twisted Tea. You know, like we had Billy in here, said it was a 20-year overnight success.
Wow.
Building the brand.
Yeah.
They've done a fantastic job, especially in our area. You know, you can get Twisted Tea just about anywhere: convenience stores, grocery stores, local independents.
Yeah.
Or you can check out our website.
Oh, the one he's talking about is srperrott.com/beerfinder.
That's
and
the one.
You can find all of them there.
So now we get to kind of taste the difference between a seltzer, a malt beverage, same flavors. You know,
I mean, the tea's there, but then all of a sudden, all three of those colors blend in. It's like you melted a bomb pop into it.
now the fact that this is a light 110 calories, much lower on sugar and stuff, is very impressive because you still get the taste of regular Twisted Tea
Yeah.
at the
Not lacking in flavor at all.
That's right.
And this will be out there.
I will.
Okay.
Yep.
Very impressed with this. All right. Are we breaking?
Yeah, let's take a quick break and then we can talk about some more details. And
I got more to
drink a
ask
little bit
Gary.
more.
I got some hard hit. We got some very
Some
hard-hitting
hard-hitting.
questions
All
for
right.
Gary. Gary, I hope you're ready.
Ready? Hope
Things are getting weird.
No.
Stick around. One Morning Hog Brew Review coming up on 95.7 The Hog. 95.7 The Hog, the Morning Hog Show. How you doing, Riggs? Josh, Gary, S.I. Perrott, and the Ormond Beach Rotary Club putting on the Ormond Beach Beer Fest again in just a couple weeks.
Give a round of applause
Right,
for that, right?
of course, Gary. Yeah. I'm just
doing
gonna
things
clap
for the
Gary.
community, and I get to drink beer.
Gary looks like he's been golfing, so I figured we give him a golf clap, see if he can.
Is that the?
We
That's
do,
light.
we do have a putting green in here, Gary, and we got a buck that says you can't sink a putt, but we'll do that last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I'll let you-
after our last sample,
You have to have a beer.
we'll give 'em
Yeah, you have to have a drink in your hand
Then
too
I'll
while
be
you do it.
impressed.
I forgot to tell you, and we don't have
Yeah.
a club, so you're gonna have to foot wedge it.
Yes.
All right, so we tried some great Truly on the front side.
Yep.
We got into some Twisted Tea,
Right.
like reduced Twisted
Tea Light.
but the flavor was still full gangbangers going crazy. So what is next?
So, like I said, I kind of want to give the options that you can find out there. So we start off with a seltzer. We went to a flavored malt beverage. We're going to go to a non-alcoholic beer. So if that's your thing,
Okay.
it's also a great opportunity if it's not your thing to try it.
Right. Yeah. A lot of
See
people
what
haven't
you
had them.
may be missing. We've talked about it before this year, high ABV, no ABV, all that stuff. One of the most popular products in the beer market right now are non-alcoholic beers, which is crazy to think about.
Right.
But it gives everybody an opportunity to kind of either wind down at the end of the night, participate in the fun, whatever kind of suits your needs.
Right.
That is what it's for. Sierra Nevada, we all know them for their great products.
Love their stuff.
They stepped into the NA game about a year ago.
Right.
We've had their Trail Pass Golden and their Trail Pass IPA.
Okay.
Well, they decided they wanted to do a hazy IPA as well.
Oh. Hello.
So this is pretty much a brand new product.
Hello,
you can find
new
it in
friend.
6-packs or the variety pack.
Okay.
Again, this is under 5% alcohol. So
You
I
can't
can
beat
smell
that.
it.
You
It
can't
smells
beat-
like a normal beer.
can't beat-
Important.
You can't beat it. Oh my gosh, it does. Yep, it does.
That's pretty wild, right?
It just filled the room. You guys could see it.
Yeah.
Now, Sierra Nevada has admitted in the past that they were kind of late to the train on this.
Mm-hmm.
We have had several brands kind of get into it a little bit early on the ground floor, but Sierra Nevada has such a name for themselves, but they wanted to perfect the product.
Right.
So they waited until they had something that they thought was presentable, marketable, the flavor was on point, and I'm glad they waited because they came out with something that's almost indistinguishable from regular beer.
It is.
And especially being, Sierra Nevada, I'm in.
This will fool your brain. And honestly, I wish I would have had this last night because round one of the NFL draft, I had a lot of money riding on some picks. I went way wrong. I mean, it did not go well. If I was drinking the NA, that would have been a much better option, probably.
What's crazy to me is they're
On a
still
Thursday.
using, right.
Yeah.
So they're still using traditional. We've talked about sometimes they remove the alcohol through different processes. They're actually brewing like a normal beer, but they found a yeast strain, from my understanding at least, that produces alcohol at such a low volume.
Okay.
That's they're producing the product. So for them to be able to do that, that's why you're getting almost every single flavor you would find in a normal hazy IPA.
It's crazy.
The nose on it, everything. It's delicious.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but I love it.
Right.
And thank you, Sierra Nevada, for giving us that option for sure. I mean, you're strolling around the Ormond Beach Beer Fest with this.
Right.
Who knows?
Yep. So Saturday, May 17th, OrmondBeachBeerFestival.com. You had an address as well that you could check out.
bestofdaytona.com. You can go get your tickets right now. $40 in advance. You get $45 at the door, but save the $5. You can use that at the food truck, right?
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
All right. Let the kids on. Let the kids run around a little bit. What about? How do you feel about animals? What about
the dog lovers, absolutely.
Bring dogs? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have one. But.
I don't know, with all the dogs, if you want to bring too many cats.
You probably don't want to bring cats, yeah.
But then again, I don't know. I've not been successful with a cat on a leash.
How do you feel about a cat in a stroller? Think about it.
Now that's fine. They're protected and they're safe.
Zipper, contained, air conditioned.
Yeah, we don't need any, dog and cat chases.
That's a good point. No, you don't.
With
the casement's got a lot of places to hide.
Fine, yeah.
Isn't there a song about cat scratch fever or something like that?
I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. Yeah, I've
cat
heard
scratch
about
fever. I don't know about cat scratch fever. That's a new one.
Exactly.
Cat scratch
Corey
fever.
Hart or something. Whoa, what did you pour me while we were
before
looking
you
away?
even get this to your face,
okay,
I want to kind of explain what's going on here. So
I jumped the gun.
Again, obviously we'll have seltzers, the flavor malt beverages, the non-alcs, obviously craft beer. But I wanted to also show that we're going to have some pretty special craft beer out there as well. So we all know our normal Lagunitas, Sierra Nevadas, and all that stuff, our local guys, Central 28, Persimmon Hollow. But I want to get some special beers out there. So this is Lagunitas.
Okay.
This is Waldo Special Ale.
Okay.
We have not had this in our market for about 3 years.
All right.
We got in a pretty limited amount of cases. Literally on the bottle it says highly limited series.
Okay.
Just to kind of drive the point home.
Sure.
So this is a triple IPA.
Oh boy.
It's 11.4% alcohol. Woo! So we know like our Dragon Stout out there is 11%.
Right.
But that's a bourbon barrel aged stout. This is a triple IPA.
Okay.
The story behind it, I would Google it because it's a little funny.
Yeah. There's a dude named Waldo and something happened.
It was a group of guys that call themselves Waldo.
Okay.
And has some legends to do with 420 and stuff like that.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
They picked the dankest hops possible for this.
The nose doesn't say that though.
Right.
For sure. All right. At 11%, what is this going to taste like?
Huge hop flavor up front.
Oh, yeah, I like.
So they're not messing around.
Yeah,
but
I like it a lot.
I wouldn't have assumed it was any more than a normal.
Exactly. So at 11.4%,
that's really smooth.
What they've done is you get that huge hop flavor up front. You do get bitterness, so this is for your hop heads out there.
Right.
This is not for the faint of heart, or if you're just getting in the craft beer, work your way up to something like this. But the malt smoothness on the back kind of rounds it out, and it doesn't stick around. It's not sticky. It's
totally
very drinkable.
You would not know. You and Gary are right. You would not know this is what it says it is if you hadn't read the label. And always read the label. Always read the label.
Yeah. Otherwise, you do 2 or 3 of them, and then you're like,
yes. Or take a photo of it with your phone if the font's too small. Blow it up. Read it. It's how I have to do it most of the time. That's really
so
good.
True.
It's really good.
Yeah. So we will have a limited amount of these at the beer festival. In the meantime, if you want to try it before you get to the beer festival, obviously take a look at our website. It's going to be the easiest way to find it.
He means go to srprod.com/beerfinder where you can find that beer. But again, don't go buy them all. Just like people did when Easter candy went, 50% off, and you go buy it all. Don't do that. Buy some of it.
I promise this will not be 50% off.
No, okay, good.
It'll be long gone before that.
A little too limited.
Yeah.
I'll be 50% off after I finish this. That's exceptional. That's really good. What a fun array of flavors.
That's exactly what I was about to say. It's some fun options out there. Like I said, well over 100 different types of beverages out there to try. Again, I've talked about it. If you don't like something, pour it on the ground and get the next one.
Right.
That's what a beer festival is all about.
Sure.
You're not going to offend anybody. That's the whole point of you being there, trying different beverages, having this unlimited sampling.
Right.
Get what you like, find what you like, and then go on and use that knowledge somewhere else.
I'm sure Gary would like you to point out that make sure you look down at your feet first when you're pouring it to make sure you're not pouring it on somebody. But that's
just
probably
a good idea.
Yeah, it's fine.
That avoids unneeded conversations.
We haven't really had that problem. People are, the people that come to these are pretty intelligent.
That's the beauty of drinking in Crocs, by the way. If somebody pours a beer and you're like, oh, fine, it'll just wash right out.
Yeah, it might cool you down a little bit.
Yeah, not a bad idea. All right, May 17th.
Saturday, May 17th.
Saturday, 1 to 4. For $40, you got 3 hours of just beverage bliss.
I like that.
You wanna
We'll
use- you wanna
trademark
use
that
that?
one.
Yeah, Beverage Bliss.
Free.
That
It's
works.
free. It's
Yep.
free.
It's free. Okay.
Probably should have charged them for the. Okay. What about $1? All right. And food trucks will be out there. Live music.
Food trucks, live music,
Kids stuff.
50-50 drawing.
Oh,
Gonna
okay.
do that's
Okay.
new this year. We're gonna do a 50-50 drawing,
Yep.
just to kind of give people something else to do and help the charity.
Who's your favorite person at the Ormond Beach Rotary Club? You can go ahead and shout them out now.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
You can say yourself. That's fine.
Yeah, you can say-
No,
You're our
I think-
favorite. You're
yeah,
our favorite.
I think I'll keep that to myself. I play
was a
poker
lot
with
of
most
I
of those
tried
guys.
it. I tried it.
Yeah.
I thought the 11%
Yeah.
might get him. He's a good. He's a good guy. He's a
I'll have
good
to
guy
bring
to
back a
enjoy.
13% next
Right,
time.
right. We'll find that out. We'll find that out. Look up the Morning Hog Brew Review after show. That's where you'll find
Yeah.
out. And Gary will also tell you who he doesn't like at all. Not in his organization, here in our building. Well, thank you for bringing these great
No, thank
flavors,
you.
Josh. Gary,
And
thank you for putting
great
this on
partnership.
again.
Thanks for the help. We really appreciate it.
Of course.
And just hope everybody remembers the money. It all does go to charity. We don't use
Very
any of
important.
it
Right.
for ourselves.
Bestadatona.com. Get your tickets. srprot.com. Find the flavors. They join together on May 17th. Cheers.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.